Hello, this is Leah Pankoke. For my Assignment 2 project, I read Chapter 1 out of the book, A Constructivist Approach to the National Education Technology Standards for Teachers. Some overall themes from Chapter 1 were to use technology to advance human creativity in the classroom, prepare and inspire students to use technology in problem solving, introduce students to collaborative tools that can promote critical and creative thinking, and also engage in the construction of knowledge in various learning environments. So Chapter 1 was kind of divided into 4 different sections. The first section dealt with the following topic: promote, support, and model creative and innovative thinking and inventiveness. This section dealt with making learning meaningful for students and providing experience that promote independent thinking, foster creativity by addressing both the process as well as the product, providing a crystallizing experiences, not paralyzing experiences. What this meant was, as a teacher, you need to give students the opportunity to learn something new and expand their thinking rather than hindering it or holding them back. And also, we need to be creative, responsive teachers who are open to multiple ways of inspiring creativity. So we need to realize that students are all different and be open to letting them come up with their own ideas and letting students use that creativity. The next section dealt with engaging students in exploring real-world issues and solving authentic problems using digital tools and resources. So students need to be exposed to worldly issues, and there are technologies out there that allow students to realize what's going on in the world. Those different technologies include phones, mobile phones in particular nowadays, the internet, radio, learning management systems like Edmodo. I use Schoology in my classroom, video like YouTube, ebooks, and TV. So once the students have identified these world issues, they need to be able to solve issues. And one way that the text suggested that students could solve issues are through computer learning games and computer simulations. In my classroom, I do use computer simulations when talking about personal finance. I use a program called EverFi that lets students walk through real-world scenarios of different problems that could arise with personal finance. It's a pretty clever program, and students find it fun and engaging. So the next section in Chapter 1 was about student reflection using collaborative tools to review and clarify students' conceptual understanding and thinking, planning, and creative processes. So, in a nutshell, this dealt with having students reflect using collaborative tools so they could demonstrate their learning and their process of learning. Some different ways that students could demonstrate this are through the old-fashioned journals, pen to paper. They could blog using blogging software like Blogger, or I use Weebly in my classroom, so students have a web page and then they're able to blog on that. Microblogs like Edmodo. They can make a wiki space or a wiki page. Discussion boards. They could also demonstrate knowledge using social networking sites. Digital storytelling like VoiceThread. They could use podcast, slide casting, or graphic organizing tools like MindMeister. So the last section in Chapter 1 was about modeling collaborative knowledge construction by engaging in learning with students, colleagues, and others in face-to-face and virtual environments. So basically what this section talked about was how can you collaborate in different learning environments, whether it's in a regular classroom setting where a teacher and student are face-to-face, whether it's working in a personal learning or professional learning community with other teachers and colleagues, or whether the learning environment is an online virtual learning environment. How can a teacher model that collaborative knowledge in these different environments? So for my thoughts, I agreed with the author on the topic of Chapter 1. I felt like you need to foster that creativity in students as a teacher. It's important to utilize technology to understand issues in the world and help them to solve problems. It's important to collaborate and to be able to be resourceful in a number of learning environments. And I felt like all of the suggestions and tools could easily be incorporated into any classroom and utilized by any teacher. Thank you for viewing my presentation, and have a great day.